Hello and welcome back to the Lore Raider. I won't bury the lead, it's been 3 weeks because the recording software on my computer just stopped working. I've done everything I could do, but, well, it's time to go mobile, as they say. So, excuse the drop in quality, but I want to get some sort of video out for you guys. For today's video, I want to explore the idea of how strong was Dark Samus really. I see many fans claiming that she was weak, a mere star-level character. I see other people saying that she's top of the verse, that she could obliterate end-of-series villains like SAX. And of course, it falls to me, the resident Metroid scaling enthusiast, to answer that question, and hopefully pull it off while using free software on my phone. So without further ado, let's talk about attack potency and durability. When discussing how strong Dark Samus is, you're really talking about two different parts of her life. How strong she is as the Metroid Prime, and how strong she is as Dark Samus proper. Starting with the Metroid Prime, it's important to remember that at the time, Samus herself wasn't that strong, as Prime 1 is chronologically the second game of the franchise, only after Metroid 1/Zero Mission. Luckily, we know very safely that Samus of Prime 1 is stronger than her Zero Mission self, and I could go all in on how her willpower amps and rage amps work, but that's for another video. The cliff notes that you need to know is that the proof is that Meta Ridley is without a doubt stronger than his Metroid 1 counterpart. The latter was defeated by a various suit Samus who didn't even have her planet level feats, as she didn't have the power bombs yet, which for the record are planet level, as we see them in Dread destroying Ravenbeak's small stars here. Meanwhile, Meta Ridley managed to put up a big fight against Phazon suit Samus, who did have the power bombs, and she can tank them, of course, so that goes to her attack potency and durability. Meta Ridley is inferior to the Metroid Prime, the final boss of the game, and as such, at the very minimum, the Metroid Prime must be planet level. You could get the monster to star level with Samus's Ice Beam, as it is shown destroying stars in the Samus and Joy manga when wielded by a space pirate who's inferior to both Samus and the Metroid Prime. So, planet level to star level, that's the range. Now let's talk about Dark Samus herself. Now, fusion with Samus's DNA and her Phazon suit was a massive upgrade for the character. Suits by themselves give Samus humongous leaps in power, good examples being how the Various suit went undamaged by Zero Mission Ridley's attacks, where he destroyed Samus earlier in the manga when she just had the base power suit, or how in Metroid Dread, Dread suit Samus managed to utterly dominate Ravenbeak, who had just prior choked the life out of Samus in her gravity suit. From there, she would have gotten even stronger by continually absorbing Phazon. In the past, they might have scaled Dark Samus to the Samus who fought Weakened Gria and Prime Hunters, but it's currently of my opinion that Samus is so circumstantial in that game that it's not possible to scale her until Metroid Dread, and that's another video. Instead, Dark Samus would be stronger than the Emperor Ing, who managed to hold the entire realm of Dark Aether together, Dark Aether being an alternate universe as seen here. Said alternate universe is littered with stars. Dark Samus herself may have lost to Samus here in Prime 2, but when she was on death's door, she managed to survive Dark Aether collapsing on top of her. When you are dying and a dimension collapsing on you does no damage to you, that's how we all know that you're casually universal. From there, we know that she would have gotten stronger up through Prime 3, being stronger than the mind-hacked Omega Ridley, as well as stronger than all the other bounty hunters, except ultimately for Samus. Given that her Prime 3 self is far stronger than her Prime 2 self, to me it's self-evident that Dark Samus has to be low multiversal. Again, a universe imploding on top of her dying form did zero damage to her, and she got much stronger from that point on. What more is there to say? With attack potency and by proxy durability taken care of, the next big section to discuss is the matter of Dark Samus' speed. Thankfully, this is one aspect of Metroid's scaling that remains relatively constant through the entire series, and that is that she should be several quadrillion times faster than light. If you are familiar with my other videos, then you are familiar with the calcs surrounding Samus' speed. We know Dark Samus would scale to this speed because she has everything that Samus had to do so as well. Namely, she has her own Shine Spark, and B, she necessarily would need to be comparable or faster than Meta Ridley. Meta Ridley and Ridley in general is consistently shown being, well, faster or as fast as Samus' gunship, which can and has traveled to the Tetra Galaxy and the Extreme Galaxy within seconds to minutes depending on the calc. I go much more in depth about all this, about Metroid speed scaling, in my debunk video of Samus vs. Mega Man X. So go there for more details. But needless to say, Dark Samus is very, very fast. So now we have a low multiversal attack potency, multi-quadrillion times the speed of character. But so what? Brute strength rarely makes a character truly threatening. What abilities does Dark Samus bring to the table? Well, Dark Samus is an interesting case. The fact that she has Samus' abilities, but they are contorted due to her Phazon and Metroid physiology. She has an altered version of many of Samus' abilities, including the Power Beam, which ends up as Dark Samus' unique shrapnel beam. She has the missiles, the super missiles, a Phazon version of the Ice Spreader attack, the aforementioned Shine Spark, and Phazon version of the Screw attack. More impressively, however, Dark Samus is able to turn invisible. She has the power of flight and levitation as well, and she has the ability to teleport, as that's how she managed to arrive on planet Aether while she was being trapped in the crater on Talon 4. She also has the ability to create near-perfect copies of herself called the Dark Echoes, can create a wraith-like form of herself which is invulnerable to attack, and has the Metroid's ability to steal abilities, as she copied attacks from the bounty hunters that she had killed earlier in the game in Prime 3. She also has invulnerability to conventional weaponry and required special types of weaponry to harm her, most notably the need of Phazon weapons to actually harm her. She was also able to manipulate Phazon to an extent that she caused the space pirates to worship her and even managed to force someone as powerful and intelligent as Ridley to work for her. Last but not least, Dark Samus has extreme regeneration ability, as she regenerated from being reduced to nothing more than Phazon gas at the end of Prime 2. Nothing short of an impressive roster. Some may question why I would even make such a video. I mean, what does it really add to talk about a character who, at least in my opinion, doesn't really have much relevance in debates about end-of-series Metroid villains such as the SAX or Ravenbeak? Let me put it this way. Ravenbeak is definitely stronger and likely somewhat faster, but answer me this, dear viewer. If Dark Samus is immune to all non-conventional attacks that aren't Phazon-based, then what can Ravenbeak do to actually stop her in a fight? And what can he do to stop her from doing, well, what Dread Suit Samus did to him in Metroid Dread? Now, I'm not saying that he'd necessarily lose. That's a video for another day. But I am just saying that Dark Samus can certainly be used in many a matchup to come. She has her foot in the door. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, and thank you for your patience as I'm making videos on my phone as a last resort. Let me know what you thought of the video and of the video topic as I read all my comments. And why not like and subscribe for more Metroid content to come? Until then, be safe, be wise, and please pray for a true peace in space.